Well, hello there, TOC Town locals. This is Lady Nick, your social media red guide for 2016. Welcome back. Happy New Year once again. And if you have been following us, you know that we have a new thing going on in TOC Town, which is instruction production from the behind the scenes perspective. One of the things I decided to do was put together this binder for new administrators. So whether you're an administrator or, an administrative assistant, whatever, in the professional field, you always need a way to track new projects, new things that are coming your way. If you have a new job this year, congratulations. This tip today in this video is going to help you get settled. I'm so excited about this new SBO Saturday Solution Season Series. We have today some things that I purchased. Actually, I was given as a gift. And what I decided to do was go ahead and purchase some things for the production office and I guess start a new teaching series. So production is one thing that I used to do as an administrative assistant. My new endeavor now is to produce videos for small business owners who just need assistance, along the way organizing not only their business affairs, but definitely behind the scenes and how to run an office. So let me show you some things that I purchased with the gift card that I was given. And with these new products, I decided to take some old things and make them new within the office. I posted a picture on IG where I had some post-it notes, and these are actually the post-it notes here. Let me show you. I decided to make them the cover for the binder. So anytime I needed to use them, I can just pull them out and place them right back in until I can find a permanent home for them. So one of the things I am adamant about is, when you want to give advice to someone, you practice what you speak out. You can't tell someone to do something and you're not willing to do it yourself or have not been in a position where you've practiced it before. I mean, mainly in business. And what I'm always talking about with my clients and with my students is that you have to practice what you demonstrate. You can't tell someone, oh, read 50 books in a year, and you haven't even read a couple, or you struggle to read just a few. So one thing I definitely stress within my community is that you have to lead by example. You got to do the work, in order to present an idea to another student or another client that this solution is possible. So I'm going to make this a lengthy video because one thing I do want to do is stress that you can make things possible. Because we're in a planner community, a lot of times you want to buy that new binder, that new traveler's notebook, but you can't afford to do it. So you struggle or you place it, on someone else's credit card, not even your own, just to make a message or an impression. That's just not a reality of what, financially you're going through. So one thing I recommend is that start where you're at. Use the basics of what you have in-house or the basics of what is available in your community. If you only have a graph sheet of paper or a loose leaf sheet of paper, start with that. Start writing your plans down on paper. So this is my example of one of the things that's possible, to do. So all I did was I bought a binder, with the gift certificate that I was given, and I started placing graph paper in there. Once I found out that you can buy graph paper and it's reinforced, and I've confessed to having chunky writing, even though I love my writing, but this has quad ruled. So it was perfect for my level of writing. As I'm thinking, I can flow. I'm not thinking about is one text, running into another because the lines are too small. So this way, I bought a couple of packs and I placed them in the binder. Oops. See, it's a pack of 100 and I bought two. And then it has a pocket back here, so any loose leaf papers that I have that I may not want to include in the binder right away, I can just tuck them in the back. And once I'm ready to start infusing them within the papers, you can make dividers out of them. So let me slow down and not go too fast. Oops. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. All right. Some of this stuff I haven't officially set up yet, but when you're starting to move into a new area, you're not expecting everything to be, perfect, just, livable. So, see, I have my water right here, so make sure you grab yours because this is going to be a session that, is going to refresh you and you want to be able to stick around till the end. Okay, I'm an event planner, and one of the things that I do, I say one of the things a lot because there's always one thing that's a pivotal thing that makes a difference when the project. What it is, you have to decide on for yourself. So, what's the purpose of your planner? What's the purpose of not just, we don't want to go like what's the purpose of your business, or why are you purchasing certain property, or why you're renting out extra land, or even just having a party. Let's just get back to basics as we're doing in season 6. One thing that you have to understand, any business or any dress that you're sewing or any suit that you're constructing, it has to have a structure. Otherwise, it'll just fall apart. It won't stand up to the wear and tear that you put on it by sitting down, standing up, running here and there. So the same thing goes with your plans. As long as you have a basic structure, or what we like to call staples, within the house, is that you need some just basic simple ingredients to get started. So a lot of things I like to do is to rely on just people that have been there, done that, to say, okay, ask questions. So even if you're in high school, transitioning into college, or moving on to further studies, there's always a path that has been sprinkled by generations before you. So think about them and how they persevered through situations that were just as difficult or even more difficult than yours. So, not to get a little philosophical, I can get carried away. All right, with the graph paper, okay, I think I mentioned to you that I was going to start bullet journaling. So, what I did was I took the graph paper and just started outlining some of the things that I wanted to do in 2016. I want to get organized. I want to build a library for, other small business owners that are coming behind me. So in that, I just have to start with the basics. So what's my purpose? For this binder, it's just going to be tracking what's going on tlctown.com. If you haven't been to our website, go ahead and check it out. Not just only small business owners, but if you're looking to get organized or needing administrative assistance, that's a good website to get started there to get ideas. And also, about Team One Blogosphere. It's a group of women that get together seasonally to blog, and not only blog but collaborate on different projects in and around and about Illinois. That's what TLC Local is all about. And what's the setup? It's basic business structure. You have to, if you don't talk to people, you may not have anyone in your present community or your environment that can help you. There's always the SBA.org. They have loads of information online. If you have a library near you, then you can go on their computer. It's free. A lot of times you just have to sign your name and log in some time and jump on their computer if you don't have a computer accessible to you right away. So build as you grow. Then the next thing is, go spend some time with people that are just in your community, who are in professional atmospheres. If and choose which profession you think you may want to go into. They usually have a lot of advice of, what they would do differently if they had to do it all over again. So basic things like that. You'll notice in TOC Town we have the structure, the way it's built. I wanted to start, every day having a purpose. A lot of times when you transition from one job to another, or even come from a job into your own business, you need a structure. You need something every day to focus you. So, what I decided for our community is that first thing off the bat, Monday morning, we need motivation. Not just this, hip hip, cheerleader kind of motivation, but some things that draw us deeper into a sense of purpose, into a sense of what we want to do, with our business, with our profession, with our education. So on Monday, I try to put a lot of motivation available for our community in different aspects. There's also Travel Tuesday, Writers Wednesday, Chief Artisan Thursday, SBO Working Weekend, which is replaced by a Friday. And then also, as what today is SBO Saturday Solution Season. And I really don't post on Sunday because for me, I pause and think. Actually, my weekends are Sunday and Monday. I usually work during Tuesday through Friday. So, other than that, unless it's an emergency or a special occasion, I really don't work on Sunday or Monday. Okay, I hope you can see this. The next thing you have to do in bullet journaling is set up a key, code, or a legend. So my square with a slash in the middle, and I shade half of it, means the project is in progress. Then the whole thing shaded, the box shaded in, is task completed. The dollar sign means I made a purchase or someone made a purchase from the bookstore. So then a dot means a task, a circle means an event, a dash is notes, and a star is for signify. The arrow to the right is for moved, and then this with a line and a squiggly arrow. I can't remember right now what I did it for because I copied this from one notebook to the next. But this means this has been transitioned either to the next month or the next week. I gotta look back and then get back to you. See, even setting up, you can make mistakes, but always go back and check yourself to make sure that you check twice and then you move once. So, or you cut once. Okay, so then what I wanted to do for our social media studies or library is develop this session what you're listening to or watching now on the playlist. So what I'm going to be doing is every other week is putting in an instruction production playlist. So if you have any questions, in the comment section, put what you may have a question about. My specialty is administration and business structure. We try to have other people within the community as a resource, to our local groups so that they can provide information by real people, real time, and in real places. So, and also I have a reminder to myself to some things that I started I need to start reading. Yes, I did get involved in the washi world. Well, actually, this is called Tape Confetti by 3M. So, because of the gift card is one of the reasons why I said, you know what? Not only do I want to start decorating my pages, but I want to start reminding myself of why I created TOC Town in general and specifically the library. Okay, let me show you a few more things that I wanted to produce within the instruction production playlist. Okay, let me move that out of the way. All right, this is another thing that I found. I'm sure if you haven't heard, I've talked about it before. Is Kent from Oz has the spiral decks that he got from a Chronodex, which is the inspiration of it, but it's a lot more simpler. So what I did was I took that spiral decks and printed it on the special graph paper that I've talked about before. I will link the previous videos that I've done before that led up to this moment so that you get an idea of where I'm coming from. So not only I wouldn't mind repeating myself, but what happens is sometimes I mention some things in one video and then need to remember to mention it again in another video. So everything, go ahead and search the comment box below for other links that I have for the videos that I've done before. So what I did for this binder was put both the schedule for the new editorial calendar that I'm going to be doing for 2016. So every other week, I'm going to be posting for Travel Tuesday, Chief Artisan Thursday, and SBO Saturday Solution Season. And for the blogosphere, I'm going to be posting for TOC Town Travel, Illumination Navigation, and also our online publishing series. So I have a lot on my plate. I think that's enough for one session. Like I said before, this is a time management tool that we're producing on instruction production. And they're, just little basic series that we're doing through our planners, to help you. Hopefully, our experience produces some things that will help you along the way. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at toctown14@gmail.com. Take care. Okay, let's go back to the binder because a couple more things I wanted to mention. Okay, so like I said, that once you finish certain sheets, and what I really like about the binder system is that you can open it up, put your papers in, move them around, because in the beginning a lot of things change, and you may change your mind about one thing in one section. It's easier to move them in the binder than the furniture when it actually moves into the room. Though you will have changes, you'll have last minute decisions that you can go ahead and execute. But most of the part, I like it when it's on paper first and then you minimize, the confusion when the actual day hits of the event or the move or whatever project you have going on. Another thing I wanted to mention is I know at the beginning of the season I talked about some mechanical pencils that I picked up. These work perfect. You don't have to get an expensive Coletto at the moment. You can get a regular pencil or a pen. Pencils are easier for me because I like to write a lot, and also, the convenient eraser makes it easier. I know a lot of people talk about the friction pen, but once again, lead is a lot more inexpensive and it gets the job done. Okay, and this I wanted to talk about. Here, make sure I get in the shot. This tape fetty that I mentioned. Let me show you a picture. It's not by 3M, so let me correct myself. It's by Fashion Angels. So it was something that, even though I wanted to get a few pieces of washi tape, I really didn't want to go plunging head forward into, people have hundreds and hundreds of rolls, and that's just not me. So I decided to order these, and I loved the pattern that they come with because a lot of the things are classic. This one says caution, glamorous, And also, this is my favorite houndstooth pattern. So one thing I did notice about the tape, little tape reel, let me move it up close. Here you go. That it comes apart, and it comes with this little tear off, how do you call it? It's not a razor, but you know, the teeth that you tear off mostly washi with. The roll already comes like that. And when I accidentally dropped it, I noticed that, you know, this came apart. So I said, hey, you know what? Every time I get, you know, some washi rack to me, or I do, you know, cave in and buy some, then I can go ahead and put and reuse this holder. So not only was I thankful that I bought the tape, but now I have a reusable, you know, dispenser. So you never know what you may purchase. Sometimes go ahead and give in and have a little fun. You know, these are not only useful, but in the fashion industry and creative, you know, when you do interior design, you need inspiration. So I'm going to use this. Okay, and last but not least, I had paper that I had sitting around for over decades. Don't even want to mention how long. So the paper that I cut, you know, I had a puncher, and I cut the, how you call it, the ends of it, you know, the top of it, and then I put them as tabs on the paper. So when I mentioned that once you go through your binder, you can always add dividers this way. These are temporary. I can stamp on them, I can write on them. If I change my mind about something, it's no problem. I can replace it with something else. You know, when you use inexpensive products before you start using the stuff that's the real deal, you know, a lot of changes are easier to make. Let's say you want to color code a special wall that you're decorating, or a special design idea. It usually is a lot more economical to do it on paper than to do it on an actual room, or definitely a client that just doesn't like your taste or your style or the decision that you made concerning a certain project. So, see, once I make up my mind, let me do this the correct way. And then here, put them up and see how they just provide, you know, tab space there. Close it up, and I have an effective book. That's easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. You know, you're set up for your new project or your new job, or even design ideas that you want to place on paper so you can start presenting to your new clients with an idea and a perspective. Remember, you have to practice your craft. No one's going to give you the quote unquote assignment or job, you know, just on your, you know, previous or prior work, which may have been great, awesome, and excellent, but you have to continue to prove yourself, you know, to new clients that want to hire you. So I hope that this session has been an assistance to you. I look forward to coming to you again on the next instruction production on SBO Saturday Solution Season. Take care.